Hello and welcome to another episode of Schnozzcast. Your hosts today, Bob, Cory, Nick, and Todd. Cory Selesky, how are you, sir?
Oh, hello and fantastic.
Nick Bader, how are you, sir?
I'm doing all right, sir. Yourself?
Excellent. Todd Dillon, what's up, my man?
Maxing and relaxing, Bob. Maxing and relaxing, baby.
All right, let's jump right into it, fellas. For those who are new to the podcast, where have you been all of our lives? Where have you been? It only took you 280 some episodes to get here, but now that you are here, we're so happy that you joined us. If you like what you hear tonight and you want to go back and listen to previous episodes, you can find us out on the streaming services anywhere where you can get a podcast. You can also follow us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, or anywhere else where you can get streaming video or look at Facebook Live while we're going live like we are right now. If you want to email us, you can contact us anytime at schnozzcast@gmail.com. We will reply to every email that we receive, and we'll even give you a shout-out on the air. How about that? Or you can call or text us anytime, including right now, at 618-SHOCKER.
Yes, you can. 618-SHOCKER. We got another message, too, so when you got a little moment.
Oh, now is the moment, sir. There's no better moment than right after we say 618-SHOCKER.
Oh, okay,
Jump
yes.
right in.
The Shocker line. Yeah, we got another message. I know we're on a roll here.
Yeah.
We had a message last week. We got another message this week, guys. I was a little excited about this one, and this is how this goes. Bob, if you could just, being a double English major as you are, could you potentially let me know what this, even though it's not probably English, what name this is?
Crochet.
Oh, sure. Creshaia. Yeah.
Sounds like it's spelled.
Yeah.
Beautiful name.
Yep.
Beautiful name.
So we get a new message on the Shocker line. The Shocker line. Hi, this is Crochet. I'm here. I said, oh, how can I help you, Crochet?
I like where this is going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell Crochet. So
I feel like there might be an offer of exchange for money for some pictures in our near future here.
perhaps.
Okay.
Or Nick's beer hole.
Yeah. I'm your 8 o'clock appointment for this morning. I said,
Go on.
Crochet, this is a podcast. You might have the wrong number on that.
Oh, no, what? Why did you say you might have the wrong number? You could have kept that going probably all day long.
Bob, I also do have things to do during
right.
my week.
Okay.
So I'm like managing a separate line.
So you're not a believer in the string her along
If
or him.
If I had absolutely nothing to do, yeah, that's what I would do.
Gotcha.
Thank you. I said, no problem, but we are an audio podcast, so check us out if you get bored on Spotify, and sent the Spotify link to Crochet, which she did not respond to.
Well, Crochet, if you're listening, we got your message.
We got your message. Thank you, Crochet.
How do?
You join the hallowed pantheon of a very, very select few people who've bothered to call or text the Shocker line.
Yeah,
So-
and you made it on the air in all of internet infamy. You will be remembered.
Well, infamy.
Oh, dude.
I mean, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
We want, so yeah, if you're on Facebook Live or on YouTube in the chat and you just heard Crochet's
now-
story,
right-
that could be you.
Right now she's like, my name is Krasinaya. What are you talking about? And she's so pissed.
To that, I would say you don't know how to pronounce your own name. I read it and it seemed pretty straightforward to me.
Clearly
That's not how
Crochet.
you say it.
That's exactly how you say it, sir.
Dumb.
I am,
Beautiful name.
yeah. As Nick
What's
said,
up, Alika?
double English major. Alika! She said to say thank you, by the way, for the link.
Oh, no problem.
Yep, I feel like she went out and bought that accessory immediately.
I sure hope so. You'll have to let us know what shenanigans you get up to with it, Alika.
Hopefully it's her asshole neighbors changing the
that
station
sounds-
from through the window on the second floor.
That would be pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't have any neighbors that we can see their TV from any of our windows, which I can appreciate.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd actually want to be able to see their TV from any of our windows.
She's like, finally, I can turn off all that porn my neighbors watch all the time.
All right, boys. So what's been up with you this week, Cory?
Well, I have a quick question for you guys. Speaking of my week,
Shoot.
have you guys ever, is there something in your life that you've come across that you could be having a very shitty day, and you're just like, man, I just want to go home, go to sleep, but you come across something, and you're like, holy shit. This just made my day.
Like a new Funko?
Well, it doesn't matter.
It could be.
This actually
Funko
seems
Disc.
like it could fit into your existential question.
I was just going to
paragraph.
say, hey, I asked the questions around here. But I was letting him finish. I was letting him finish.
Yeah, he's got a story.
Not trying to take over the question, because
No.
it was something that happened to me this week.
It's a great question.
I had a real shitty day on Wednesday at work. It was busy as all could be, and I left, and I was like, I could barely even process walking to the Bush's supermarket to get food for dinner.
When did they open one of those?
A superstore? Yeah, I wish.
Stay out the
But-
bushes.
So you walk there?
I walked in.
Oh, I'm like,
what's-
You can't drive in.
For
They
the
don't allow
listeners,
that.
as I think Todd was asking too, what's Bush's? Is it like a high-end supermarket?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily like high. I mean, it's nicer than like a
Yeah,
Kroger.
yeah,
It's nicer
it
than a Kroger and all that.
yeah, it
Somewhere
is.
between maybe Kroger's
Is it a
and
Whole Foods?
Trader Joe's or Whole Foods?
It's
Yeah, in between.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Gotcha.
got some really good shit.
Yeah, so there's one like right next to work, so it's nice to stop at after work and grab stuff that we need, last minute or whatever for dinner.
Okay.
But I walk in, I'm like, oh man, I just had a shitty day, and normally that time of night I get there because I get off work at 8. I'll usually get there about 8:15, 8:20, and the donuts are always gone. And if they have any, because they have fresh baked donuts, they make on site every day.
Yeah, most grocery stores do.
But fresh baked donuts, it seems like, is a comfort food for you.
I mean, I love a good donut. Come on.
Right.
Oh, so I've never gone to groceries
doesn't?
anywhere, and I mean, I don't like sweets, but so this is news to me. So I guess I'm surprised because it's like the last thing I would think of when going into the grocery store. So you go straight for the donuts.
We're going to get to, though, after you're done with your story, I think what would be Nick's go-to, because I think that's the existential part of your question.
Yeah,
But-
you guys are really kind of
but
killing
for-
my segment.
for-
But go ahead.
No. We haven't even.
What do you
This
guys
is a story
get-
about my week, Nick.
What do you guys do when you go to a grocery store? What's the first thing you go to? Go. Why don't you just play the music, Bob?
So,
I've fallen for it.
so I was walking past the
Push the button.
donut counter, and normally there's, like I said, there's usually nothing in there. Whatever they have left at that time of night, it's usually a crappy donut anyways.
Picked over.
Yeah. And on this shitty day, I was walking past, and I didn't even look in the case. But out of the corner of my eye, I saw what appeared to be a piece of bacon in that donut case.
Maple bacon,
And so I turned and looked.
Not the maple bacon donuts.
They had 3 maple bacon eclairs left.
Have you had one before?
Oh, yes.
Eau Claire?
Oh, yes. Eclair. And I'm like,
Eau Claire?
I'm like,
I think it's Eclair.
after the day I had, I'm
Eclair.
like, these 3 bad boys are coming home with
There were
me.
3 of them?
Yeah.
I've never had
Angry
one.
noshing.
Well, so here's the thing though, because I'm like 3, that's a lot. But again, I've never even seen maple bacon ones there, let alone a good donut. So I'm like,
Picture Cory saying that's a lot as he's putting all 3
Can you-
into his bag.
Can you,
I was
That's
like,
a
I
lot.
shouldn't be doing this.
Can
I'm
you-
going to keep
doing
going.
it, though. Yeah.
as a serve safe manager, certified individual,
Did that expire yet?
no,
You got to renew it.
6 years.
God damn.
What? I don't know if you can really leave cooked meats at room temperature for hours on end in a donut carousel.
Oh, bacon's fine.
Yeah, bacon's good.
Nah,
Bacon's fine.
It's more than
if
fine.
it was fully,
Yeah.
like, it has a taste of smoke. It's not like jerky where it's fully smoked. Otherwise, you'd get cooked bacon in a bag at a gas station.
I don't want to speak
You
for
can.
Cory, but I feel
You can
like
get
if
smoked
there was
Get
bacon
that.
sitting on the floor, he would pick it up and eat it.
Depending on
but
what the floor was
I
like.
don't know how. I mean, I know it's a nice, like, if it's something they just
They
did,
don't put raw bacon on the donuts, Nick.
it's not, doesn't matter. if it's okay, let me cook a piece of chicken and put it on a donut. It'll be fine, right?
For quite some time, yeah.
If it's cooked,
2 hours. That's the rule,
No.
Todd. 2 hours.
easy.
Was this a refrigerated?
No,
No, it's just a donut.
Oh.
Donut cabinet.
that's what worries me.
Well, it
It's
sounds,
fine.
though, like at
It's
Bush's,
fine.
donuts go pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I was surprised these were still there.
Yeah.
But so I was like, all 3 of these are coming home with me. But then on the way home, I'm like, I'm going to have one tonight. I don't need to have 3 maple bacon donuts for sure. So
You had
I
a
got
bad day,
home.
though.
I did. It was a bad day, Todd. But I'm like, at some point in the night, I can see myself waking up and being like, well, I'll just have another one.
Hey, Hey, you know I'm still down here. What are you doing asleep, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Stop talking to me, Donut.
Get your ass down here.
Get out of my head, Donut.
Get out of my head.
Eat a piece of my ass. Get the fuck over here, Cory.
So I
Fuck you, Maple Bacon.
4 hours.
I immediately went home and I told Danielle that she had to hide the other two so that I would not, in the middle of the night, wake up.
Oh, I'm
and
sure I
eat.
know where Danielle hit him.
Where?
Yummy, yummy in her tummy.
No, she doesn't. She's not a big donut person.
No?
No.
Oh, well, you're lucky for you.
Trust me, man. I know the foods that she doesn't like.
Well, I should hope so.
Load up on those bad boys.
So she squared him away somewhere secure.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Did you try to look for him?
No, I didn't actually. I'm not gonna lie. The one was very filling, so I was like, oh, that's enough for today.
How about the next day? Did you look the next
So
day?
clearly you didn't have a really bad day. Seems like your day was probably average.
Cory, did you take a small hunk of maple bacon donut and like let your dog sniff it and be like, go get it. Go, where's that?
They got pieces of it.
Where's that?
Can't
follow
say
the
no.
dogs?
Can't say no to them. Oh, to find them?
Yeah.
That would have been a smart move.
Yeah, go get it.
Come on, Rue. Show me where they're at.
If you can find it, Rue, you get half.
She probably would have found them in a heartbeat. I'll have to remember that for next time.
So, Todd, what if you've had a bad
Yes, sir.
day? Maybe it's not maple bacon donuts that gets you out of your funk or turns your day right around. But is there something else? It doesn't have to be food. It can be anything. Some activity, like a song that you love that just always turns your day around. Is there something else that will bring you out of that funk?
Chocolate salty
So
balls.
I'm gonna, who doesn't like chocolate salty
Put it in
balls?
your mouth and suck 'em.
But so twofold answer to that question, Bob. I do have a guilty pleasure, but I don't binge eat when I've had a bad day. But my go-to is Soul Power by Maceo Parker. That puts me in a good mood no matter what kind of day I had. But my go-to kind of my delight, like my maple bacon donut is Ben & Jerry's thick mint. I kind of have to tell myself it's got to go back. I can't have more than a couple spoonfuls because if I have more than 2 spoonfuls, I'm gonna eat the whole damn carton. That is the shit. Ben & Jerry's thick mint, the bomb.
I feel like such a worthless piece of shit now. I'm not sure I've ever had a Ben & Jerry's single serving thing in my hand and had only 2 spoonfuls of it and then put it back in the freezer. I don't think it's ever happened.
Now, hang on, because Ben & Jerry's does make...
It doesn't
make
happen
like
very often with me either, Bob, when I have thick mint. Sorry, Cory.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. But they make a pint and like an actual single serving one, don't they?
Oh, yeah,
Single.
not the single serving, the pint.
A single serving.
It's
is
probably
that?
meant for 2 people
Yeah,
to share, but I
no single serving
don't do that.
trash.
What is a single serving?
It's
like
a small-
it's a smaller than a pint. I don't know the
That
exact.
just seems ridiculous. Seems like a waste of packaging.
It is.
No, but it's
Absolutely.
for your self-control.
I'd
that
have
you
had
don't
6 of
have.
them.
It's for those of us who can't control ourselves. If you gave me one of those and that's all I could eat and I had to stop there because it was gone, that would probably help me.
I mean, anytime I've had one of those little pints, which is very rare, of ice cream in my fridge, I'm like, well, 1 or 2 spoonfuls gets the job done. I get that flavor, and then I'm going to go back and lay down. And then a couple days later, maybe I'll have 2 more.
What the fuck? No, I don't think I've ever done that.
No?
I can stop at like
Crazy
half
talk.
a pint.
Half a pint?
Yeah.
Of
course you could
That's
stop
only
at
probably
half.
like 4 or 5 spoonfuls, right?
What? No.
No, it's a couple more than that.
How big
Couple
is
more?
the spoon that you're using?
Take a teaspoon.
I use the.
I take 2
the ladle.
spoonfuls.
Right. The one that I use to ladle out my soup. That's what I use for the ice cream.
What about you, buddy?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything on hand, like a bad day food.
No, just anything in general that
you
you
want me
come
to go
across.
first? You want me to go first? 'Cause
No,
mine
but
isn't food.
If it's food wise, I would say something that would be like I don't give a fuck. Like this would definitely put me in a good mood. Running parallel with what you guys are talking about would be a peanut butter sundae.
Okay.
Like 100%. Like one of the soft serve places, nothing fancy, just that really good soft serve frozen yogurt, custard, or whatever it is, and with hot peanut butter on top of whipped cream. Like it's just amazing. Amazing.
Yuck.
But see, I like savory stuff. You guys like sweet stuff.
Wait, is the peanut butter's hot?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was just the chocolate syrup that was. What Is it just the syrup that's hot?
I mean, you've seen peanut butter before.
I don't think I've ever had a
Well, you're not going to put a big
peanut butter sundae.
clump of peanut butter on top. It's got to be liquid. So
No, you get peanut butter ice cream, peanut butter and chocolate ice cream all the time. It's not liquid.
No, because it's churned into the ice cream.
Right.
And it's like frozen.
That's what I
chunks
thought
of
you were
peanut-
having.
No, they pour hot peanut butter on the top of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay.
Like hot fudge. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's really good.
But worse.
I'll take your word for it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I probably I would make a run by Dearborn Music on the way home and just thumb through the record bins.
Get yourself some vinyl.
I don't even have to
Some
buy
vinyl.
anything.
Just go look at it.
Yeah, because I don't just walk in there going like I'm walking out with something. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm walking out with. I don't do that. If I see something, I've walked out of there empty-handed before.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't happen very often because there's generally like so much good shit. Oh, they got this now? This band released a new album? Yeah, so that's what I would do. I would probably make a stop there. Like, I will not be home. I'll be there in about an hour.
Are modern bands releasing records?
100%.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all the time. It's bigger now than it ever was since the 70s?
I was gonna say CDs aren't really even a thing anymore. If you're listening to music, either you're downloading it or people are buying vinyl
Or cassettes. Some bands are doing. I don't know why, but they are.
I think that the vinyl makes sense to me.
Yeah.
The cassette thing, I think that's just people trying to be cool, and especially kids that never even knew what a cassette was. Now they're like, oh, that's really cool to have a cassette. It's like the sound quality and all that's not the same as vinyl. Like cassettes are kind of
I feel like
stupid.
it's not going to go where vinyl went.
No,
There's
definitely not.
There's no upside to doing it. You got to buy a tape deck. You got to start buying the tapes, and then you listen to the tape, and you're like, "This sounds shittier than anything else. Anywhere else I could listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I buy more of these?"
Yeah.
Hey Frank, you want to buy my tape deck? Because I'm not using it anymore now.
So yeah, that was my my experience this week.
Yeah.
Maple Bacon Donuts saved the day.
And there are how many left of those?
How many got left?
Oh, none.
How many?
Wait, you told me about this on Thursday.
Did you have a donut a day?
No, on Wednesday I told you about it.
No, we went out on Thursday, I thought.
Yeah, but I told you guys about it
On the meeting?
on the production.
Okay.
meeting.
But it's Saturday, so did you have a donut a day?
It would be a donut a day. Yeah. So good on you for control.
That's what I'm talking
One
about.
a day control.
Oh, dude,
How
Very
many
nice.
calories are in those donuts? Like 1,100?
there's no label on them.
They're so high. There's so many calories. They're not going to write it down.
Like your daily
Probably
value of
like
calories is
50.
in that one donut?
I'd say there's probably a lot.
50. If you're going to buy a donut, I don't think you're concerned about calories.
Well,
Usually
I mean,
not.
you
Usually
would,
not.
You
It's
would,
a fuck it kind of a purchase.
you would think with the several generations of heart issues and the fact that you're on medication for heart issues, that maybe the maple bacon donut a day is probably not the route you should be going.
It's not like I do it every single day.
Okay.
Just 3 days in a row.
Only for 3 days in a row.
Particular stretch of days.
But you cleaned them out, whatever they had.
Yeah.
Had they had 15, would you have bought?
No.
I draw the line somewhere, Nick.
I'm not that greedy.
It would have
buddy.
been
Jesus.
7, though, Corey. You know that, right? It would have been 7.
No, I think 5 probably would have been the max.
If you had the availability to have a maple bacon donut every morning,
No, it'd get old after a while.
think so?
How many donuts have you eaten consecutively in a day?
Consecutively?
Yeah. Like, on this day, from the time I got up to the time I went to bed, I had X number of donuts. What's that number?
Oh man, I couldn't. If I have a donut now, it's been a very long time since I've had more than one donut. If there's donuts available,
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure several
really
years back
understand what that
there
means.
was many a times I probably had like 3 or 4 in a sitting.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's always been just one.
Yeah, I think the older you get, the more unadvisable it is to
Nice.
have more than one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like I said, I'm sure there was probably a time where I sat down and ate an entire dozen by myself. But,
What?
What?
Oh, dude.
That's crazy talk.
But I would say don't.
I noticed Bob is silent.
I know. Bob can't say he hasn't done that.
Back in my 20s.
10,000 calories?
What?
Oh, yeah. Easy. Plus beer.
Maybe you're talking those little donuts, right? Not a
actual
whole regular donut. You made
100%.
I think
actual
those are called
donuts.
donuts.
You know how you could go buy a dozen donuts from a donut shop? That's what I'm talking about. So in my
God,
in my
ate a whole
20s,
dozen?
I would feel sugar
In
coming
my-
out of my pores just listening to this story.
Yeah, it was a tremendous feeling. In my
Sounds
20s,
gross.
my dad's brother Jim would come over because I'm sure my dad was. It was one of the many houses my dad was getting ready to sell, and
Probably called him Uncle Jim.
I did.
Okay.
Coincidentally, I did. And so I was helping. I naturally got stuck painting closets and shit. But he would show up with beer and a dozen donuts, and that would be breakfast all weekend.
That sounds gross. Beer and donuts?
Cider
and donuts.
At the time it was glorious because you're with your dad, you're with your uncle who's cool, and they're including you in shit. And yeah, it was amazing. I'm like, yeah, I'll have another beer and another donut, of course.
Has there ever been a time to kind of play off Todd, Bob, where perhaps you were in fear that Robits may take over the world while eating a donut? Would those things have ever ran parallel? Like,
No,
just finished my donut and heard of this AI story and thought about Robits?
2 different points in my life.
Okay.
Robits and donuts did not. Never the twain shall meet. With
Okay.
Those 2 things.
We might have a segment coming up. The birth of a new segment, Robits and Donuts.
Yeah, Robits and donuts.
We could even start a spin-off podcast.
Where we give Bob a box of donuts on the podcast.
And he talks
Oh,
about
we talk
robots.
about
He
robots.
talks about as many robots as he can, and
So
he
the
eats
robot-
as many donuts as he can.
What'd you say? What flavor is this again? This is amazing. Is this maple strawberry?
No one knows. It was actually created by Robits.
Strawberry.
I was going to say Krispy Kreme, I think, already has that on lock.
Yeah?
All their donuts are made by Robits.
Those robots make a
you go.
great donut.
That they
Donut.
do.
Donut.
They do.
That
Don't
they do.
Oh my god, we should move on from there.
Somewhere Homer Simpson is drooling.
And real quick, guys, Greg Bader said good night. Didn't know he said good morning by any means.
Or anything else.
Good day, sir.
Excellent.
And Howie, to answer your question, I believe Danielle knows about. Well, she knows about the donuts because I told her to hide the 2. So, if you're asking, does she know that I would eat a dozen back in the day? I don't think we've ever discussed that. Not that we need to.
She was the Cato to your Clouseau.
Sure. Yeah, whatever that means.
That's an old man reference. No doubt. I'm like, whatever that means.
Yeah, no clue, buddy. No clue.
All right, Todd. Dishing it off to you for grievances, sir.
The Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're gonna hear about it.
Oh, happy
Rain
day.
blows upon him, I realize
Only one
there has to be
grievances
another way.
drop on the mixer.
It was destroyed.
Brand new sports drop on the mixer.
Got the artwork up for airing of grievances?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I actually got awesome. Also got a new Todd drop on the mixer, which I forgot completely that I had.
boy.
You want to hear it? So if anybody ever tells a story that should elicit a groan, but no one groans, I could always just do this.
Oh, boy.
Well done. Well done.
Yep.
All right, Todd, take it away.
So
I am ready
got
for
two
everything,
grievances.
Todd. Yeah.
I got 2 grievances tonight, and the first one is going to be a little bit dangerous. It hits a little bit close to home. So if Mary comes up here, and I told her when I told her the topic, my grievance, she's like, "You already done that," but I think because it hits so close to home, my beef or grievance this week, is coupon lady at the grocery store who holds up the damn line, especially in the express lanes where they know, Hazel, it's 12 items or less, and you get 43 items and 57 coupons, and you're frickin' bitching about not your 30 cents not getting off your Tropicana orange juice when you know you got Nature's Miracle or Nature Made. These people holding up the line, trying to get their coupons accepted when they know they got something slightly different. Gatorade and Powerade is not the same damn thing. I think I have a solution though. So I've bitched about this before, but I think that there's a way to fix this so I don't have to beef about it anymore. from now on, if you're going to take coupons to the grocery store, my ask is turn to everyone in line and offer them an opportunity to bid on it. Because I, Todd Dillon, am willing to pay $10 to get you the fudge out of the line and not use those damn coupons. I will buy them and give you $10 just to move it along, especially when you got more items than you're supposed to have at the frickin' checkout. So that is my first grievance. Hazel, Gatorade, not the same as Powerade, and it's not worth 10 minutes to get your damn 30 cents off.
I
Move on,
appreciate that
Move on.
you kept the profanity to a comfortable level.
Yeah. I love his stories that just tell how he's such an everyday man. They don't rub any money in your face. You know, it's not about any lavish lifestyles.
Yeah.
It's about
You can relate to it
John Q. Public,
He's
really.
in touch with the common man.
today.
Yeah.
And we
Just
still
let me
haven't heard,
bid on it.
and we
Let me
still haven't
bid.
heard-
Let me bid on it.
we still haven't heard the second grievance. So let's see what we got.
Let me throw some money at you, commoner. Get out
So
of
this
my way.
this is a net new grievance, and for those of you on the that are listening to this on the audio and not the video, I'm putting up air quotes. Construction workers, and by the construction workers that control the stop slow sign. What is the freaking deal with giving me the stink eye for not going slow enough or going too slow? What is the etiquette for going slow when you're doing construction in a 50-mile-per-hour zone? Am I supposed to go 20 or am I supposed to go 40? It seems like I never get it right, and I get the stink eye from freaking construction worker, air quotes again, because I figured that they put the slowest one on the sign that says slow or stop. But anyway, not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just saying, what is the etiquette? And stop giving me the stink eye. If I go too slow, I get bitched at. If I go too fast, I get bitched at. And then one other thing, where exactly am I supposed to stop? I get such a glare if I stop 80 feet back or 50 feet back. There needs to be some etiquette, some rules that they mail out to everybody so that I can stop getting the stink eye from construction worker slow stop sign dude, because I'm getting annoyed. That's my grievance.
Dude, I will tell you, I was just thinking about construction worker slow stop dude like last week, and I thought that would be a good grievance, honestly, because why is that not we are so advanced in this society. Why do we have a physical person holding a fucking stop go sign? It would be like saying there's no reason for a stop sign. We need to have someone holding it. Like, there are so many things you could put up a little LCD, a little arm, a mobile gate arm.
That's going to cost way more than what that person's making. I can guarantee you that,
dude. With what they are paying that
They get
person,
benefits, bro.
with their benefits and their uniform and all that fucking shit for 8 hours a fucking day, you mean to tell me that a little tiny fucking gate arm that is remote by the guy at the other end to let traffic go through?
I definitely wouldn't do a gate arm because someone's
tell me how
crashing through
fast
that.
to go when you say slow. What is slow? Especially in a 50. I get that in a 25-mile-per-hour zone that I should probably just let my car run on an idle. But in 50, what is slow? And don't give me the stink. And it's like, no matter what, I'm always getting the stink eye.
Well, so I think I have two solutions for you, Todd. One.
Hold on. Hold that thought.
Yeah.
We have a shot sitting here.
Thank you.
Todd, you got a shot ready to go. You need to pour
sir.
it? Okay.
I do. I got it.
So
Dude,
if
I'm
you're
ready.
out there on Facebook Live, YouTube chat, please join us, pour yourself a shot, or take a swig of your favorite drink. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Salancha.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
All right,
That's really,
Cory.
really good.
Your 2 points.
That's really good.
My two solutions for you, Todd. One, I think it's called driver's training. I think they have rules and regulations of all that in there in those classes. So you might want to consider that.
It's so simple. Maybe you need a refresher course.
Or
Well, hold on a sec, Cory. Cory,
Oh, no,
wait a minute.
hang
So
on.
I'm
Oh,
assuming
oh.
that you've passed said course.
the laws are different in Michigan.
Tell me what.
That's where he took the course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, or
exactly.
or one of these days, just stop and ask them. They love that.
Do they?
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh yeah. Why wouldn't they?
Oh,
You can really hold that line up.
Did you show Todd what we're drinking?
Because it feels like if they're giving me the stink eye for going too slow, they definitely don't want me to stop and go, "Hey, mofo,
And
what
most of-
exactly should I go? How fast should I go?"
And most of the people holding those signs, they do look like people pleasers, and they want to talk to people.
They usually look cheerful.
No.
I think the fact that there's a
No.
person there, not a robot or just a post with a sign on it, means that. I mean, think about Todd. I thought Todd was a I don't give a fuck kind of a guy already, but it seems like he really cares about what sign guy thinks about him. He's feeling bad about, did I stop too far? Did I stop
Exactly.
too far up?
I'm a
Did I
common
slow
man
down enough?
trying to connect.
If he wasn't a person, Todd would have just blown right through that. He certainly wouldn't be caring about
Right
any
through.
of this stuff.
And I guess here's the other
Not
thing that I was thinking about too, that the person that gets assigned to the sign duty that day, I feel like you are basically, like Todd kind of said, the dumbest person on the job that day.
You're the guy who discharged your firearm in the shower.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like they know, like once they're like, hey, John, you're on sign duty. He's, God damn it, I'm the idiot here today. So I think that
Please
also
read that on the air.
Okay.
I think that also plays into the looks you're getting.
Corey,
buddy.
if you want to throw this up on the screen for everybody to see.
Oh, I see it.
This is from Mary Dillon. I think she's a first-time, long-time. Mary Dillon says,
She's just mad about the coupon beef.
federal guidelines exist. Average speed is 45 to 55 on a highway, 20 off the highway. Google it, bitch. Wow. Sometimes you need a little bit of that medicine. You
They're
know?
coming with the thunder.
Some of that medicine just to go down.
Well, I think your wife gave us your answer, Todd.
Yeah.
It feels like I still get the stink eye when I go 20.
Why
And
do
I'm
you
not-
care that
but
you
I'm-
get the
but I'm not-
stink
I
eye?
think
What,
she-
what
and I
the
think
fuck
she's just a
happened
little-
to the Todd I used
I
to
think
know?
she's. I'm a changed man, Bob. I'm down with the common man. I'm smiling at him. Wanting high fives, fist bumps.
Yeah, it's not all about fighting people, Bob.
Yeah, it's not the Todd I grew up with. The Todd I grew up with would slow down just enough to bitch slap him and then continue to drive by.
Or I'm coming up with too many good ideas for this.
Yeah.
Or just get a sign printed out that says fast, and while you're driving past the person, hold it out to their sign. Then they understand you're going
On the other
fast.
side, but go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
So many answers.
Yeah. I will say this, a slight grievance, which I normally typically don't have. I usually bitch enough to Cory and Bob that I don't have to actually do it on the segment. But I was forced to go to a grocery store today, which I despise. I
Forced
Yep.
yeah.
to go to a grocery store.
Yeah.
Instacart down or something?
Gunpoint.
No. We were supposed to. On Monday, I asked what we were doing for Father's Day, and my brother said, I won't know my Saturday schedule if I'm going to be off Sunday until midday Saturday,
That's so fucking
which
ridiculous.
makes 0 sense. So had to wait around for that. As a result, we decided what we wanted to do was have a barbecue tomorrow, which meant it's too fucking late. Got to get food start to make. Instacart, there's like a 2-hour window, basically. You're going to be waiting about 2 hours unless you want to pay extra for it to come right away. And so I was like,
Do that.
I need to get up. That's what I typically do, but I needed to make food. And I'm like, I you know what? Instacart's so stupid. Sometimes it shows up and they're like, yeah, they were out of this, so I got you this. Or they were out of this, so the main thing that you're making, they were out of. And so they got you all the little sides. And it's like, well, I didn't need all this because now I can't make it because the main thing is gone.
They were out of hamburger, but I got you buns, lettuce,
Send
Send your
tomatoes.
assistant and have them find what.
What's that?
Send your assistant and have them track down all the stuff.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I had to go to the grocery store. So the last 2 times now I've had to go to the grocery store because of my brother. The last time he was hosting a barbecue, and you know how you normally say, "Oh, it's very nice of you for hosting. Is there something I can pick up?" I didn't even have a chance to say that. He's like, "What time are you getting here? Can you pick up limes?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, limes. It seems easy enough." It was Memorial Weekend. I was in line for 45 minutes to get a fucking bag of limes that he had to have. So this time, again, my brother. So I actually bought a substantial amount of groceries. So now, you know, Kroger and
How
all
many
these.
limes did you buy?
This time?
Yeah.
An entire bag.
Excellent.
At Greg's house, you're buying limes if you're going there because they hand squeeze their margaritas. So
So,
There you go.
shit ton of limes.
I'm telling you, they made his wife is her
It's pretty
family.
amazing getting a whole margarita squeezed out of one lime.
Her family is from Texas and family, and her family before that's from Mexico, and they want to make the agave and the fresh squeezed lime juice and all that crap. So you go through a lot of limes.
Well, as we found out
That's what it
tonight,
should be.
and the audience did as well, your brother is very straightforward with
Good night.
how he approaches things. So,
So, yeah, I need limes. So this time I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna get a bag of limes, get all the stuff again. So anytime you go into these big chains now, they have 120 lines, and they're servicing with real people about 3 lines, even though the store is absolutely jam packed. And then all the use scans, there is a line going down the aisles to get into the use scans. Instead of opening a register, you're standing in line for 30 to 40 minutes to fucking buy something, which is absolutely ridiculous.
And people got coupons.
Yep, and their ID check required. And help is on the way. Yeah, it's on the way, of course. Yeah, until fucking Jan's done looking at her phone and talking to her
Miserable
friend.
motherfuckers needing to save money because they don't have enough to spend.
Hazel.
Come on.
No, these miserable fucking corporations
They're buying shit they don't even need.
wanting to save money by not paying for employees.
Don't you judge me on what's in my car, Todd Dillon.
So anyhow, so it's my turn. The guy's like, "Hey, that next U scan is open," and it was like one of the long U scans with the giant conveyor belt that you kind of want to sit on, but you don't. And yeah, so
Never mind.
So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go up there, and I'm always very courteously fast because I hate staring at morons at a U-scan when you're in line, ready to fucking just go home. And these idiots are like, oh, what is this, a banana? And they're like holding it up to the light and,
could have been a plantain, buddy. You got to put it in the system right.
Looking at their phone, and I'm like, oh, my God. And so I'm like, boop, 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 putting in your Kroger number. Like, I mean, everything is just very fast when I'm at Kroger.
All their cashiers on the other 3 lines are running. They're all taking notes.
They are. They're looking
See
at
that
me
guy?
like, holy shit,
Jesus,
this
I didn't
guy's
know
making
we-
us look bad.
Yeah, slow down.
So as fast as I was possibly going, like, it's like ID check required because I got the tequila there. So instead of like most people that sit there and start looking at their phone or like stare off into space,
I
I'm
carded
like,
myself.
nope. I'm like,
And I was out of there.
it's going to take her 5 minutes to get over here. So I'm going to start bagging this shit. So I go down, I start bagging everything. So, because that's what I would appreciate someone to do instead of just then after she does the ID, then you go down there and meander and start. No. We're going to get the fuck out of here. So I start doing that. She comes over. She's like, here you go, here you go, here you go. So that's literally all I had to do. So this person thinks I'm done. And it's like, please select payment method. And so this person like walks up. I didn't even take a look at who it was. I think it was a guy. Walks up like uncomfortably close to the machine. Like almost like if you split the machine in half and I was standing on 50% next to it and he was standing on the other. Like it was like he was ready to shop. But then it said, please select
Nuts to
payment.
butts.
Yeah. Please select payment method. So you think at that point he was like, oh shit, the guy's not done yet. I'll take a couple steps back, because I know he's now not done. Nope,
No.
didn't happen. So I'm pulling cash out of my pocket, trying to pick my payment method and almost brushing up against this guy because he's standing so fucking close to the machine with his bags just waiting like
Wait,
that.
is he holding them or they're in a cart that he's
No,
pushing?
he's got like 8 items and he's
so
like
they're
holding
getting heavy.
and he's just like
He forgot to get a cart.
like
He
right
had to
here
hold them.
and I wanted to be like, give me a fucking second, okay, dude? I'm still fucking, cash is out of the pocket. This is a very dodgy situation right now. You need it's like an ATM.
Well, he clearly wasn't, he wasn't
Yeah.
grabbing it.
He's holding like 7 watermelons.
Doesn't
He's
matter.
not taking your cash.
He's not holding
Why?
7 watermelons.
So this was
it always comes back to the watermelons with you.
Dude, come on.
Again?
Todd,
Yeah,
Todd, we
that's strap, Bob.
apologize.
Oh, he must have been. He's probably
I
a
know.
black
I
guy
know.
too. All right, Bob?
Hey,
Yeah, I know.
that's
I know.
crazy. Why would you say that?
Nick didn't get to even look at him, but
Jesus.
Bob assumes it's a black guy behind
I
him.
have a different clarifying question, though.
Yeah.
Why are you paying with cash at a U-scan, bro? Stay away from the
All 20s.
You're like putting the same dollar bill in 19 times. You're part
No.
of the problem, brother.
It was $120, like $123, and I had fucking all 20s, and I'm like, listen, I'm using cash on this. This was an unexpected expense. I had cash. I usually use a card.
Look
Usually
at
use a
Mary's
card.
comment now, motherfucker.
What?
He was probably thinking, who uses cash these days?
Yeah.
Mary Dillon's got the pulse of the internet. I think.
Hey, listen, I have no retort for that. I hate cash, but sometimes I have cash. And I have to use it. I don't pull cash out of the bank, but sometimes I have it.
You should have accidentally nudged one of his arms and made him drop all that shit.
I was honestly thinking about checking him. I was very close.
I would have said something. There's no way.
I know you would have.
To who? Just to the guy, or would you call somebody over?
Dude, give me a fucking second.
Who the fuck am I going to call over? No, I'm saying something to him.
I knew you were, but I am not. And that was going through my head. I'm like, this would be an all-out fight if it was Cory. He would be like,
yeah, fuck him, man.
Dude, stand the fuck back.
I can't stand people like that.
I know, but I'm like, I'm not Cory Selesky. I'm a peaceful man.
I'm peaceful 99% of the time.
You're kind of getting into a dodgy older man territory right now. But I feel like
hair trigger.
No, but I feel like you're welcoming it. You've been such a kind of an easygoing guy your whole life. I feel like you're like, finally.
You're like Michael Douglas and
he's
falling
pivoting
down.
from his dude status?
Just waiting to just fucking erupt. Any minor infraction, I'm gonna fucking blow.
Dude, I had one trip to the grocery store with Cory, and he screamed at someone and fucking chased him down in the store.
Oh, that fucking idiot that pulled in next to me when I had my door open.
I feel like you're,
Yeah, people like that.
Bolstering my argument.
I will definitely say something there.
He threw his shake at someone's window in their car because they were blowing through a stop sign.
I rest my case.
Mm-hmm.
That was after kayaking, yeah.
Yeah.
And chased him down.
Sorry, you were saying 99% of the time you're pretty calm?
Yeah, 99%.
Okay.
I will say this, and I'll close with this. It's to be a third party, it's very comical. I am not like an alpha person where I don't seek out trouble. Completely fine with defending myself or defending what's right. But we're living in a society. You know, I'm a person. I'm trying to be easygoing, trying to be a polite person. Cory is turning into this person that he almost looks for it.
No.
Hold on.
No, that's that.
I'm not saying you're going and finding it, but you are quick. And the funniest thing about this guy is what had transpired in the parking lot was Cory. I was opening my car door and the guy pulled into the space next to him. And in Cory's mind, he should have waited until I got out of the car and shut the door before he pulled into the space. So Cory screamed at him.
Hair trigger.
Cory screamed at him. The guy looked like Cory was speaking in Greek. Like the guy was just perplexed. Like I had no idea what was coming out of Cory's mouth. And you would think that would be the end of it. And we rounded the corner in one of the aisles, and the guy crossed the curtilage of our path, and Cory did almost like one of these. He was like, "Oh, you again?"
I said, Nick, there's that fucking idiot that pulled in next to us.
It was like a you again moment. It was like, this fucking guy. And the guy looked exactly the same. He looked very confused, looked at us. It was like this older gentleman, probably like, I'm not going to put.
Be fucking careful.
I'm not going to put an age on it.
All right.
But
as old as time he was.
No, he just looked. He didn't look confused. He just looked like
classic.
Like if someone was screaming at you in a foreign language, you just like, okay, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and he just kept walking.
Because clearly he was that dumb. Fucking idiot.
This fucking guy again.
It was a good time.
I think this is what they should do on dating sites. They should put you in front of a camera, give you a microphone and some headphones, and make you tell a story about how you shop for groceries. And that's what should go on the dating site.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I feel
exactly.
Like
hold on.
Yeah.
Lori is slightly upset that someone is telling a long story. I just want to point that out to you. I know that based on the confines of your contract that you can't legally say anything. I know you can't, but I just want to, for the record, for everyone else that can say something, Lori is telling me that I went on a little too long about that story. Just getting it out there. We're going to leave it right there.
Yeah, we are. Because you know what's coming up. Funko This with Cory Selesky.
Funko This. It's been a while since we've heard that one, huh, Todd?
Yeah.
That's the best song ever. It's so stupid.
You didn't make more stupid ones because I want to hear the peals of laughter after we play them. Is the 90-second sports song, the new one, is it just as stupid?
We don't know. He hasn't done it yet.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I guess we'll find out.
So I got two real quick ones for you guys today that I know, Bob, you're going to be excited about. Todd, it might. I feel like you might have seen the movie. I know Nick's definitely out.
Yeah. What? Let's just. Yeah. We're watching.
Here's
What do we got?
one of the ones Danielle and I picked up the other day. Reggie Dunlop from Slapshot. The amazing hockey movie.
You know what? I'm kind of disappointed unless you're going to tell me they have another variant that has the fur coat.
I don't know.
That'd be pretty amazing.
I'd have to look into that. But
with like a black eye, one black eye and the fur coat, I would buy that. I'd put it on my shelf.
I was definitely happy to come across this one. And
that's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, it was
that is awesome.
That the Me Pops place that we went to that I talked to you guys about.
Yeah.
This was in one of their drops that they did the other day.
Did you ever hear back from the guy? I think you gave him a shout out on the show.
Yeah, he listened to the episode. I'll tell you guys about that later.
Okay. Yeah, listen.
Hated it.
Stop fucking talking about me on your show.
And the next one for you guys.
Nice.
The 3-pack.
Oh, the
Hanson Brothers. Yeah, boy. I love it.
One of them's got a crack lens, and then so they all have various
bloody noses and
yeah.
So that was a nice little pickup when
they're listening to the fucking song.
I'm trying to listen to the fucking song.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
do they have the foil on?
That's awesome.
No, they have the hockey gloves on, so you can't see if they have the foil on. But
let's just assume they're wearing the foil. Coach.
Yeah, I was. Like I said,
why do I feel like you made me watch this, or
did I?
Or we just talked about it a lot, or something?
I
remember seeing those three brothers on the ice.
There's no way that anyone might have made you watch this.
I certainly wouldn't have watched it on my own.
It's a sports movie.
It would have been something Cory assigned me.
No. I'm
what
looking.
No, he assigned me plenty of sports shit.
I'm looking right now. What sports shit did he assign to you?
What was it? The Russian 5 he assigned me. He assigned me the wrestling fucking thing. He assigned me there was something other hockey thing that you assigned me. Yeah, he's assigned me some sports shit.
All right, well, Slapshot was not one of them. I'm going back 4 years.
But I recall watching and Cory talking in depth to me about these three brothers, and you know, they fought all the time and all this stuff.
It's a great movie. Yeah. So yeah, that was the Funko pickup for this week.
Awesome.
Nice. Very, very nice.
Danielle get any?
She got one from the drop this week. Jamie Tart from Ted Lasso.
Okay. So
now we'll have all the Ted Lasso characters.
I'm going to have to watch that show eventually.
I just realized the other day, when I was in Andy's office, that he has a pyramid of the Office Funkos in his office up against the wall.
Was he really?
And I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, you guys are more and more alike. I'm like, you got these stupid fucking things too. He's like, oh, that's
another
awesome.
thing you'll have to be able to talk about on the show.
Oh my God.
We have all the Office ones.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's literally up against the wall in his office, a pyramid of all these Office Funkos.
You have to take a picture of it for me. I want to see that.
I will. I will.
All right, Todd Dillon, dishing it back over to you, sir, for 90 seconds.
Yes, sir.
90-second sports.
No, I'm not playing the whole thing.
You tell me when to stop here. I mean, it's literally like almost 2 minutes long.
I know.
So,
You have to get to the beat, Bob. Get to the beat.
how long is that going to take? Are we at the beat now?
I think that's the beat.
All right.
There we are.
90 seconds.
Yeah, you can't have a... You can't.
Yeah,
It's
boy.
longer than the actual
90-second
segment.
sports, baby.
90-second sports and 120-second theme music.
All right, so Todd, I'm going to bring you up full screen. I'm going to put the timer on and say go.
You gonna do what now?
You heard me. And that's when your time starts.
Are you going to count to? Are you going to say ready, set, go? Or are you going to go? How are you going to do the go? Like you're going to say it? You going to surprise me?
Watch. We're gonna practice it right now. Okay.
1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, go.
Go.
Sports, 90-second sports. There's so much to talk about. I'm not going to waste any freaking time. You know what? This year, the hot dog eating champion, Joey, I like smaller wieners chestnut, has been banned from this year's Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating contest. Yep. Why? Because he's cheating. Not in the traditional sense. Nope. This guy, Bob's guy, Joey Chestnut, has stepped out on Nathan's, the primary sponsor for that hot dog eating contest, and he's been working with Impossible Foods. You know, the people who make those plant-based hot dogs, the ones that don't taste that good. But anyway, he's getting kicked out. And that he has been banned because that is a direct conflicting competitor. But you know what? They're going to do, Netflix is stepping in. Netflix is going to host the Battle Royale. They're hosting Joey, I Can't Eat the Crust Chestnut, Bob Rankin's boy, versus a true titan of competitive eating. Takuru Kobayashi is coming out of retirement from hot dog eating to beat down Bob's boy Joey. Yep, Kobayashi is going to match up head-to-head. They're going to be eating all beef wieners in a winner-take-all competition live streamed on Netflix. And I know I said it on the last freaking 90-second sports that I was out on stream sports.
I'm sorry, that's all the time we have today.
And then the
90
NHL,
second sports.
the Edmonton Oilers are getting their asses kicked 3-0. And Boston's
there we go. He doesn't seem to want to follow by the rules, so we have to keep him honest, ladies and gentlemen. That was 90-second sports.
There's too much sports going on.
Keep him muted. Yeah.
Still going.
Yeah, he's still going. You got to get it out of his system.
You think he's done yet?
Oh, just some laughter.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Cory. Ready for TikToks?
I guess so.
Are you ready? TikToks. Are you ready? Are you ready? TikToks.
How do you bring it down? All right.
I can't hear you. The music's too loud.
Bring it down. There we go.
I thought he said slide the shot down.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh, okay. And I slid it over. I'm like, what? And I was literally thinking, like, wow, this is going on for a long time. He like pantomimed. He was like,
it's longer than my segment.
Slide that down. I'm like, oh, okay.
This is the guy who earlier I was holding an empty beer bottle, and he goes with his empty beer bottle. I'm like, what is that for?
He's standing next to the bag that we put
both
with the
hands.
beer bottles in, and he opens a beer and hands it to me. I pour it into my cup. He pours his into his cup. He's got an empty. He's standing next to the empty bag, so I hand him the empty, and he cheers his empty beer bottle to my empty beer bottle.
Because of course he doesn't
I'm
say
like,
a word.
what are
He's
you
just like,
fucking doing? He's like, oh, well, I guess I should put my stuff down to grab this. I'm like, why would I cheers you empty beer bottles?
Jesus.
Doesn't make any sense.
So real quick before we start TikTok,
So you like clear instruction?
What?
You like clear instruction?
No, we've passed this.
Yeah, we have.
Before we start TikToks, let's do a shot we got in front of us.
Don't touch me. Here we go.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Salute.
All right. All right, so the first one I got for you
That
guys
is
this
the
week.
good stuff.
I know I normally try to bring funny shit in TikToks.
Yeah,
But,
you try.
This looks hilarious.
I came across this the other day, and it really tugged at a heartstring. It's a 97-year-old World War II veteran
Oh my god, I thought that was Bob.
that returned to Normandy. And
We'll be without mixed services for the rest of the show.
returned to Normandy and did another D-Day jump into the same spot that he landed when he was in the war.
Oh, I thought that was a roller coaster.
If
really?
he knew where he landed, I guess he'd be one of the few.
Yeah, dude, check this guy out. 97 years old.
No thanks.
Dude,
mean,
he's
airborne. I mean,
he kept his composure the entire time. Still, he's still got the skills, and the landing is a little hard.
Oh man, that's
Oh, snapped every bone in his body.
Nope.
Hospital
Watch.
now.
that was the worst landing I've ever seen with a tandem.
Absolutely fine though.
Nobody got hurt.
Dude,
You look good. You look great.
But way to go, man. I mean, for someone that was airborne, the greatest generation, went through the war and everything like that, and saw what he saw, I don't think much scares those guys, man.
Yeah, that's why they're the greatest generation. Like they're cut from a different cloth. There just aren't guys like that anymore.
Dude, to be
they're not scared of
97
anything.
and go through that. And like you said, that landing was not the prettiest of landings. The instructor that was on his back, I mean, pancaked him. And he stood up and was smiling, laughing, having a good time. He said, everyone's fine. Those guys, they were built differently.
Because he's seen his friends with their faces blown off. He's like, you know what? We landed on some soft grass. I'll do this all day and twice on fucking Sundays, any day.
Yeah.
If I'm not fucking escaping gunfire as I'm paratrooping.
I've read a lot about those guys who were in Easy Company. A lot of books by Stephen Ambrose, the guys who made those jumps. It's so fucking harrowing, the shit they went through just to get to the point where they could jump. Knowing that where they actually ended up jumping wasn't anywhere near where they were supposed to go.
Dude, not to mention
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
the barrage.
That was probably the easiest jump that guy ever did.
That's what I'm
Probably,
saying.
yeah.
The barrage of bullets that came. A lot of those guys didn't make it to the ground because they were just being shot out of the sky.
Yeah. So I saw that one.
Yeah,
I'm like,
the
I got to share.
planes were shot down before people got out of their planes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I got to share that one with you guys because that really, like I said, that tugged at my heartstrings.
That was badass.
But
Great video.
back to the lighter side of stuff. This one's self-explanatory.
Offered $1.5 million to do a line of coke. What you doing?
5 lines. Next question. What am I going to do?
I thought that was Nate Bargatze for a second.
It kind of looks like him.
5 lines. I'm not going to lie. That kind of tugged at my heartstrings just as much as the last one did.
That one did?
Good.
Yeah. I'm like, good for that guy. Take
right.
your money where you can get it.
This is the last one I got for you guys.
Hey, he's got a great bonus room, too. It must be in Seattle.
Bonus room.
Excuse me. I don't know whether I can do this. I'll do the best. Excuse me. I don't know whether I can do this. I'll do the best I can, though.
All right. We're getting near lunch, and I know you're a little...
Well, it was the salmon. Sometimes you just get a wrong piece of salmon.
Was that you?
Well,
Was
I
that
don't see
you?
anybody else in here who's going to be doing it. Excuse me. But you can show it. I don't care. I just don't care anymore. These things don't bother me.
All right. Well, then we'll start now, then we'll begin.
Did you hear the starter pistol? Keep your ears open.
I saw
What a great dude.
I saw an interview with him, and he said one of the things as a comedian that he would always do is he would carry this thing in his hand that would make fart noises. And he said he has it with him all the time on every. Yeah, he said it was an old Conan interview, like when Conan was on his first set and had looked like he was like 19, like early 90s. Yeah, it was. And he goes, I carry this with me anywhere I go. He's like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. And he was like, he went to cross his legs and it was like, and he was like, you never know when you're gonna need it. He's like, every now and then there might be a dry spell, and he's like, it always gets a laugh.
That's pretty brilliant.
Yep.
So
I'm
there you
not
guys
a big
go.
fan of fart
TikTok's
humor
really-
unless somebody else smells it.
Yeah, he wasn't really farting though. That's what the funny part about it.
I know. That's why I didn't laugh.
I think fart humor
Like,
is absolutely
I think
hilarious.
fart humor has to be like real farts.
Like real fart humor.
What does that mean? You have to smell it, or you can
Yeah, somebody has to
audibly
be disgusted. But I mean, here's the thing, but I don't chuckle at whoopee cushion jokes. And again, not knocking it. Some people's bag, not my bag, baby. I like it when somebody drops a fart that somebody can taste and the other person wants to throw up. That will make me laugh my ass off. Other than fake farts.
I will say, if you've just let a silent but deadly go, like in an office kitchen or something like that, and you walk out and there's enough time to where there's plausible deniability.
Or you blame it on somebody else.
Yep.
What I'm saying, like where you
Or
clearly
a crop dust on an airplane.
Yeah,
Sure.
but I'm saying you clearly, there's no way anyone can piece it together. Like, no one saw you walk out of the kitchen. You were the only one in there.
Right.
Like, you walked out, sat down or something at your desk, and all of a sudden you see, like, Pam walking back to the kitchen, and then you just hear, oh, my God! You know, like, those are the best. Those are the best moments.
Fucking Pam's always got something to say.
Those are the best
Can't ever
moments.
keep her mouth shut.
Where
Fucking
I cannot keep my composure because because you know, like, that you're like one of those times where it feels sour coming out, where you know there's no noise to it. You know,
It's gonna smell really
you
bad.
just know you're like, oh man, this is gonna be one of
Because
those.
it burned.
There's gonna be one of those raw egg moments.
Yeah.
And someone else is like, Jesus
You just
Christ,
know.
what the fuck? You know, those are the funniest moments. I'm not a fan of like walking by someone and farting in their face and all that shit. I'm a fan of secret farts that other people unwillingly walk into.
I'm learning so much today.
Yeah.
So
that I didn't know before.
I do because, and I'm going to tell on myself here a bit.
Yeah.
One of the best moments of my entire life, once I actually pushed one into an airplane seat while the airplane was taking off. So no chance of anybody hearing it. But I had been out
Did a
partying
little
the
cupping
night before, and I pushed one into the airplane seat, and 2 rows back, somebody goes, "Hey, check the baby. I think."
You know you won
That
there.
made my.
That's pretty bad if you had a baby fart.
Yeah, and there was not a baby on board that entire plane.
You have a lot of mashed peas before the flight, Todd.
It was 2 rows behind me, and then I literally I did it. I'm like, oh my God! I started looking around like, who did that? Who could have done such an evil thing? And then people wanted to check their baby.
Todd's like, well, it's my own fault for having those
baby.
pureed sweet potatoes before I came on the plane.
Little baby jar of sweet
Washed
potatoes.
down with sauerkraut and raw eggs.
So real quick,
Yeah.
so this was just sent to
It
me. I
was
did
a
not plan.
flight from Germany too, Bob. Nice call.
Oh, I called it.
I literally just received this from Dylan. This is their deaf dog that like loves to watch TV, and apparently we have a new fan of the show. So he showed this is deaf dog or DD as we call her, and she's watching the Schnozzcast.
It's amazing to know that one of our biggest fans is not only canine, but is deaf for our audio show.
She's more of a visual
Probably
dog.
a win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably
I
a win.
Get that. Most people that probably love us are deaf. So
Can you please make sure and tell Dylan to have DD like or subscribe? I mean, not for nothing.
she
but
should.
Yeah,
She definitely should.
We need the dues.
Have her make her own YouTube
Word to
page.
the
and-
mother.
Sure.
I'll sign her paw if she needs me to.
Okay.
All right, Corey. We're moving on to.
I'll let
Nick's-
Bo show a little something.
Nick's existential question of the week.
Jesus.
Oh, cue the centaurs. You know I love them. God, I hate this song.
You know, the music this week has been phenomenal.
Play it again. All right.
Horrible. Sometimes if you need something done right, you're just going to have to do it yourself. All right, so for this week's installment of Nick's Existential Question, what does everyone but you seem to buy or own, but you don't have? Everyone but you seem to buy or own, but you don't have.
Got it.
What's your answer, Bob?
Apple Watch.
Okay, I can see that.
Don't have it. I really wish that I had a use for it because it's money I would absolutely blow, but I just never.
Yeah,
I
don't
can't
do it.
justify it.
No?
Corey's
can't
probably
get away
had
from it, and it's horrible.
24 Apple Watches.
Oh, man.
In the
I
lifetime.
haven't had that many.
Well, between like trading up and all that kind of stuff.
I think I've had 4 total.
No.
Probably
yeah,
not.
no,
I feel like
no,
that's impossible.
no.
The lifetime of the Apple Watch.
I gave my old one to
family,
so-and-so, and Danielle
I've
got
never
my
had a
other
single one. I just can't justify. I work from home. It doesn't make any sense. And I've tried to think about it. Like, is there some way? Let me just fucking noodle on this for a little bit. Some way that I can make this outrageously unnecessary expenditure work in my favor, and I just can't figure it out.
I love mine.
And on top of that, hearing about you and everybody else who all love their Apple Watches, and I'm like, I can't do it.
Fair enough.
It's funny that
Bob, stay away. I love mine, and my advice to you: stay away.
All right.
Wow.
Well, that tears it. Thanks, Todd Dillon.
I will kind of echo your sentiment because mine was going to be an iPhone.
Oh,
I've never
just
had
saying like, oh, I'm never going to the dark side to Apple. I will remain an Android user until the day I die.
For a phone, yeah. Because I've had iPads, iPods, iPod Touches, iPod Shuffles.
Yeah. You're like, that's all great, but I won't put any of that next to my head.
MacBooks, all that good stuff. And the only reason is because an iPhone is just a small iPad, or it's an iPod Touch that has the availability to make phone calls. It's like there's nothing new that is drawing me
and a
to
better
it.
camera.
It's all the same shit. It's all the same. They're
and
different.
ChatGPT.
They're smaller and bigger versions of the exact. It's not like a little different. It's exactly the same. Everything's, and there's a lot of people that say that's what draws them in. Is they want it.
Well,
that's
first
not
of all,
true.
there's no iPod Touch anymore. So your iPod Touch is now your phone. So in the day, back in the day, you used to need both, right?
Yeah.
Because you couldn't possibly store the music and listen to it with the fidelity that you wanted on your phone. You had to do two different things. So now it's all the same thing.
I get that.
So now you're down to, okay, big iPad versus little iPhone. I understand.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to talk you into it.
All the apps and everything are exactly the same. I love Apple products.
No.
All Android.
Not true.
Well, I guess Android doesn't have an iPad equivalent, do they?
Oh yeah, they have tablets.
They absolutely do. They have multiple.
I don't like Android tablets. I like iPads.
I have them both.
I like MacBooks. Love that kind of stuff. But when it comes to my phone, I think I'm kind of the odd man out. But it's like guilty with explanation to a judge. Yes, this is the reason I made this decision. But the reason I made this decision is because there's a lot of things that are great about Samsung phones. You don't go to a company, the old adage of when in Rome, do as the Romans. Phones, phone screen, clarity, cameras. Samsung has been doing TVs and things of that nature for years. The clarity on a Samsung, a newer Samsung phone versus just as new of an iPod or of an iPhone, Samsung is always ahead. I mean, leaps and bounds ahead. Sometimes an iPhone is like 12 megapixel camera, and a Samsung is like 19. I mean, and then all of a sudden, 7 years later, Apple's like, oh, we just came out with the 18 megapixel camera. And it's like, why the technology's been there. Why are you kind of reverse antiquating your phones? And then some of the shit that they do where they force you, like after a certain amount of years, they force their phones off the market. So only new phones are out there. Like they don't allow you to update stuff. Like that's fucked up. I don't appreciate that.
Samsung does the same shit, though. It's planned obsolescence. That's how they make their money.
Dude, I've never had that problem with any Samsung phone where it's ever told me, you better upgrade because this version is the last version you're gonna be able to, but Apple, they absolutely tell you that. They're like, this is we can't update this anymore.
That's after like generations and generations of Apple
it's like
phones,
6 years, 7 years, something like that.
Longer than that.
It's happened to me, so it's not that long. I mean, something like, maybe a lot of people don't recognize it or realize it because it's a phone, and so people are constantly upgrading their phones. But with something like an iPad or an iPod Touch, where it's like, okay, there's really nothing earth-shattering that's come out. I don't necessarily need to upgrade this, so it's easier to have for 6 to 10 years. And when you're getting told with this product that it works perfectly fine, it's crystal clear, it's got no damage, everything works fine, I've done all the updates, and when you're being told, sorry, you're not going to be able to use this anymore. You're going to have to go buy another one of our products.
I still have old iPods that still work.
Nick's actually right. Nick's actually right, though. The beauty part of the Android universe, though, is there's so much open source and there's so many people still developing on the old things. Ultimately, you're getting new content based on the old platform, whereas Apple is absolutely trying to push you. That's why all the major carriers are like, oh, well, bring your old phone back, regardless of generation, so we can get you out of the new thing. And then they make certain things work shittier, like the battery life and all those other things. So you're 100% right. I think.
Yeah, wasn't there?
The big difference is the reason why they don't do the camera thing.
Mhm.
Actually, again, the beauty part of the Androids is it's always been a more powerful and user customizable thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: you might have that 19 megapixel camera, but if you don't know how to change the aperture settings and all the other things, you're going to get shitty pictures, even though you have a better camera. And Apple wins in that their 12 megapixel camera, without knowing one thing about a thing, they add that extra bit of smart, so you get a picture or whatever as good as you could possibly get without knowing a damn thing about it. So I think Apple, as always, right, the user interface is king. The Android universe is truly customizable and more powerful at every level, plus people creating on those things. I mean, ultimately, people are building new apps for I've had both and love them both, but people are still creating on the old platforms because they know that there's a bunch of people who still have the Galaxy 10, like I do.
All right, let's Cory, I don't think you've answered yet.
No. Or I'm assuming you showed him Mary's comment. Yeah. Mary said that, Bob, we have an older version of a Apple Watch that you can try. So there you go.
Nah,
by older, they meant 2 months.
Yeah.
Legitimately, it doesn't matter if it's the very first Apple Watch or the last iteration. Like, I cannot justify me spending the time to configure it and use it.
To configure what?
It's actually too easy. But here's why you shouldn't listen to me.
Hey.
Oh, it's already.
Here's why you shouldn't listen to Mary,
box?
Bob.
Okay,
Corey, glasses.
there's
pretty
something I
close.
have to do
Pretty
to
damn
set it
close.
Corey, glasses and big hands. Can you imagine him like?
No.
I don't know. This thing is fucking
it's
ridiculous.
Not,
Keep going, Todd.
It's not even that. Here's why you shouldn't do it, because I think Mary, of all the people who's offering this to you, just told me the other day, Todd, you need to do something because every time you get a notification on your watch, you stop a conversation, look at it. It is the ultimate distraction machine. In fact, I think I'm going to drop my brand new Apple Watch into the trash and go back to my other regular watch, because guess what? It didn't do? Distract me from being present with the conversations I was having with others.
Well, you just send it right over here to 5536, and we'll get it taken care of for you, buddy. We will take care of that for you.
Let's
it's
a
distraction machine.
Let's move on from being an IT podcast.
What's Todd's answer?
What do you got, Cory?
Well, yeah, I guess it's not so much IT, but it is electronics. I don't have a gaming system or like a gaming PC at all. Like it's just never
sad.
Never appealed to you?
No, it's one of those things that I know people love it, and like Danielle's brothers are huge gamers. But yeah, I don't. I like having my MacBook to do editing on and all that. And as far as gaming, like if I have the time for it, I'd rather just sit down and watch a show or something like that rather than have a gaming system. So yeah, any gaming system or PC gaming, I
great answer.
Don't even have it.
Silly answer, but great answer.
You grew up with GoldenEye.
Oh
Xbox.
yeah. As kids, yeah, we had regular Nintendo. Then we moved on to the Nintendo 64 or Super Nintendo, then to 64. We got into Xbox when it first came out, and as a matter of fact, up until my dad passed, we had the newest Xbox because there were a couple games that he loved to go downstairs and he would act like he was vacuuming, and he would turn the vacuum on and sit down on the armrest of the couch and start playing a game. And then my mom would be like, "Hey, Michael," you toss the remote down. He'd be like, "Yeah," and start moving the vacuum around. And so yeah, we had an Xbox for the longest time, but after he went, there was really, I just never kept with it.
Didn't your dad used to play Atari in the Fairlane van?
I'm sure he did. When he worked midnights.
You told a story that you said that they were in the van and they rigged up a TV and an Atari in the back of the van. And
yeah, because it was like a huge Econoline van that they used as a security truck.
Yeah.
So they had all this room in the back that they could sit on working midnights. They could sit there and do whatever they wanted in the back. So
yeah,
that's my answer.
TD.
Helicopter.
What?
What was the question again?
That most people have or own. I feel like you went outside the confines of the question, sir.
Yeah, the question was, what does everyone but you seem to have or own?
That's okay. Yeah, helicopter. Yeah, I see how that would be a normal answer.
You don't know anyone with a helicopter.
Todd, we're on an audio podcast. You want to just throw your hands up
I
for
answered
this
the
one?
question.
All right, we'll move on. We can move on.
The circles he runs in, they all have helicopters, and Todd doesn't. He's a little upset.
Yeah, clearly. I would say I'm going to answer for Todd.
I think someone should.
That'd be backwards. Never mind. I was going to say the big green egg, but that's
no.
Todd has
Actually,
a lot
no.
of those.
A Blackstone. A Blackstone. How's that?
It's a good answer.
No, it's not a good answer.
Hey, Todd, remember how earlier we were talking about how you were really connecting with the common man and, you know, us people? You just threw
I
all
thought
that
a
out.
Blackstone
You
was
just-
definitely.
No, buddy. That's not a common thing for most people to have.
You got one more for us, Nick?
I do.
All right. Let's do that.
All right.
Maybe this will be take us down a different avenue.
All right. So here we go. So the next question that we have, what is something that you're good at that you don't enjoy doing? Something that you're good at that you don't enjoy doing. What is so funny?
What?
Why are you giggling?
Oh, sorry. Good question.
Oh, Lori always wants me to make the sex. I hate it. But apparently I'm amazing.
I'm so good at it.
I am amazing at it. It's horrible, though. Horrible. Something that you're good at that you don't enjoy doing.
I got to think on that one.
I would say, I mean, it's been many years, but I'm going to take this before Bob does. Because I think we had something similar like this. And I will say helping people with their computers. Helping people with their computers. It is something I can do.
That's a good one.
I can easily fucking do, but I despise it because it never ever, especially a Windows computer. I know I grew up on Windows computers. I know a lot about them. Know how to fix a lot of issues with them, but I do not enjoy it. And everyone's, Nick's good with computers. He'll fix your computer.
Gold. Damn it.
And I'll sit down and it'll be like you're pulling your hair out. You're like, I had to run this antivirus software. I had to go into command prompt, and you had a lot of these startup programs that were going, and I had to clean out the system, and we had to do some updates, Windows updates.
I had to delete AOL.
Yeah, none of this shit is fun. Even on newer Windows computers, none of it's fun, but I can certainly do it. So that I would say that's my answer.
That is the best answer ever. Is there a rule that we can't share an answer?
Yes.
That is the best answer ever.
I hate it. I would be at friends of friends' houses sometimes, and they're like, well, if there's anything you need, just let us know. There's stuff in the fridge if you want it. And there were families, like my buddy Austin's family, I was working on their computer. They would go to bed. I'd be there for like 3 or 4, 5 hours, and they would all the lights would get shut off and everything, and I'd still be, updating or putting a new version of Windows on their computer because they had some kind of virus or something like that, and finally, like, everything's done and it's starting anew on a new version of Windows or upgrading Windows or doing something with it, and everyone was asleep, and I'm like, why do I agree to do this? This is not fun. This is not fun at all.
I mean, fair enough. Especially if you dislike doing it that much. To me, that wouldn't really be. I don't know. I guess it wouldn't be that much of a chore, but
it is a chore because it's time consuming. It's not. You're watching an upgrade happen, or you're watching a virus scan,
and you're cleaning up somebody else's mess.
Yeah, and they're too. Normally, you try and say, like, this is what I had to do, this is what I had to do, and you can look at their faces and see that they don't care. They're like, just fix it. I don't care. I'm going to do this again, and you're going to be back here in a couple months. I don't care. And really, a lot of times you're doing it for free because it's like a friend.
Most of the time.
Yeah, and so it's horrible.
We got a shot here, guys.
I agree.
I was to say boys, and I went with guys.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah.
Marbles in my mouth.
Todd, pour yourself one.
I'm gonna. Nobody asked what I was drinking tonight, though.
Peach
Thanks,
bushes.
Crown apple.
No, so no. I had a bit of a dilemma. I was drinking Busch Light Peach for my beer, and I thought that having the Crown Peach would be a bit too much, and Crown Apple and Peach sounded a little bit crazy. Yeah, too much fruit. So I'm drinking Crown Royal Cask number 16.
Okay,
delicious.
All right.
That's what I hear is one of the best casks. It's number 16.
Cheers.
Salute.
Anyone got an answer? Something you're good at that you don't like doing?
I'm taking yours.
Nope. Something that you are good at and you don't like doing.
All right. So I guess I kind of have an answer.
Okay.
I will preface it with, though, I'm not necessarily good at it. I've been dabbling more and more in it. But woodworking. Now that I've started making different things here and there and done a few projects.
But you like
But
that.
you like it?
I like doing it when I can just.
I feel like by both measures of this question, he fails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, what did you
can
do
you-
that
can
you
you-
turned
Wrong
something
answer.
down?
F
and all
minus,
the volume
Cory.
went down really low in my headphones. You did something like a couple minutes ago.
You want to reread the question while I'm ticking it back up where I put it?
Okay.
Okay.
Because we share the so the question was, what are you good at that you don't enjoy?
All right.
You want to rethink that?
I guess I'll rethink my answer then.
Yeah. Because you enjoy.
I have an answer then now.
Okay, go ahead, Todd.
I enjoy cooking, but I hate prep and cleanup.
It's something that.
Read the question again because
Yeah.
they're not understanding.
Something you're good at, something you're great at.
I'm good at cooking,
IT,
but
I'm good at it.
You're good at IT, but you get home and you're like, "Fuck, man! If it wasn't paying so good, I would not be doing this."
You don't enjoy doing it. So
Yeah.
when you start off with, I really enjoy ... it doesn't fucking qualify.
No, no. So I don't enjoy. No. So okay. So I am good at cooking. I don't enjoy most of the steps involved in it.
You
Prep, clean up.
enjoy cooking. You buy seasonings.
You crow
talk
about it all the
cooking.
fucking time.
You talk about cooking. You said when we get into a cooking conversation
But I hate
segment, you're like, we
prep
should have segments about this.
Hang on. I think Todd, let me get on your side here, buddy, because I think I know where you're coming from. If you could just have everything already prepared and brought to you on a cart, you'll put it all together and actually do the cooking aspect of it. You hate cutting up the peppers, seasoning the steak. You want it all brought to you.
But I've
already prepared.
Stuffing the masticcioli.
I'm not a chef,
Yeah,
but
but
I feel like that's really cooking.
That's cooking. Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't a TV show.
I mean, fair enough, but I'm just trying to help Todd
But
out.
he has said many times, Todd, I remember that you've said many times that you despise the cleanup aspect of cooking.
But that's not. That's
I've
not
actually
cooking,
changed
though.
my tune on that. Yeah.
You
But
like
I've changed
cleaning
my
up?
tune a little bit on that. That's it. It's cathartic now.
Lori is saying editing, student writing. She's great at it, hates it.
Yeah, me too.
Which
I'm taking
that's a
that one.
perfect answer for a T-shirt because no, all jokes aside, honestly, she's probably phenomenal at it because she knows what to look for. You know, she knows the grammar.
Yep.
She knows exactly what to look for, but it's probably time consuming and it's probably frustrating. You know what I mean?
It's a good answer.
Yep.
Yeah, because I mean, I could see. I can't even use that as an example. I've told him in the past, Bob, before. They have that Grammarly app where I'm like, dude, if you could get a side gig with them, that's something you would love to do. You know, just proofread things and edit it for like college students and things like that, and they pay you. And he's like, yeah, maybe. I don't know if that's something you can sign up for. I'm like, I mean, I don't know if they But I would imagine you'd be a shoo-in as a double English major.
I sure hope there's some sort of credentials you have to provide to
well, yeah,
be part of that, because otherwise anyone could just sign up for them and be like, yeah, sure, I'll edit your paper.
But how cool would that be? Like, just any free time that you had. I mean, that's stuff he loves. I've sent him paragraphs from things that we're going to publish, when we were running Mike's company. And I'm like, 4 eyes are better than 2.
He didn't always even have to send it to me. I would see that he posted it. And
yeah.
Hey, dude, I just saw you posted this.
Not me.
You got to
Mike.
fucking take it down.
Mike.
Well, no, you didn't post it. Mike posted it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Nick, you got to tell him to take it down.
Please take this down.
I could see 5 errors right now.
He's so passionate.
You guys look like idiots. Take it down.
And he would always
I'll help you.
He would always apologize over and over. He's like, I'm sorry if you ever feel like I'm crossing a line. I'm like, dude, you know me. My grandma was all about the written and spoken word. So you look like a fool. And if you're going to let me look like an idiot, then what kind of friend are you?
Well, yeah, especially when it comes to your business, too. Yeah, you don't want to put something out there that someone reads and they're like, I don't know if these guys can even make good food because they
half off deserts.
they don't know the English language that well.
I know that you don't really
I love
need
it.
someone to know how to spell to cook well, but if your introduction to me is through your spelling before I taste your cooking, that's really not a good look.
It's right. It's a bit of a downfall for the company. Yeah. So. But I could also see
Lori's answer.
Like a
That's what I'm
Little
picking.
Rascals, like a ransom note sort of a spelling to your oh, everybody gets that reference? Great. And that was your introduction to somebody's cooking. I feel like you'd be like, nah, fuck that. I'll go down to the Applebee's. At least they can spell.
Right.
The backwards
they can spell
are
the word entree.
Right.
Yeah.
So these guys are basically just throwing some Kraft mac and cheese into a dish and calling it an entree.
Right.
So yeah, so we need to know something that you're great at, hate doing.
You know what, man? To be honest with you,
I got it.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Cory. Go ahead. Nope. Go ahead.
No,
I feel like Cory's going to say, you know what? To be honest with you, I'm great at everything.
No.
And I don't.
That's
I don't. Nothing I know qualifies.
no. I if I am good at something and I can do a great job with it, I honestly don't mind doing it. Like, there's really nothing I can think of that I'm like, oh, people ask me to do this, all the time. But if I like doing it, then I don't mind doing it.
I was thinking the very same thing, but then I thought, okay, I feel like I'm good at parenting. I'm not the best at parenting,
But you hate doing it.
You're really good at it, though. You're really good at it.
I did not like doing it because I felt like I wasn't the best.
You are
Right,
all
and
you're all over the place
really
with
good.
parenting because
Right.
You're top
all
tier,
over the
Bob. One first percentile.
for the first, at least from the stories I've heard from the first decades of his parenting life, he's self-deprecating,
Very hard on myself.
Yeah, and just I don't know this, I'm an idiot, all this stuff, and I want to emulate people that are great parents, which is why he looked up to your father and all the stories he's told and stuff like that. But he's eclipsed and he's become a good parent.
It's his own thought process. But I think any parent that does have that thought process, you're going to be a good parent. It's the parents that don't have that thought process,
the absence of it,
that are terrible parents.
The reason that the even fact that you're thinking so hard about this makes you a good parent by default. And so
100% agree.
That being said, he's now seasoned and he is a good parent. And we've talked about this sometime.
He was a great parent.
And there's not anything, personal that I would ever share. But I will say we've had long talks about this upstairs in my kitchen, up north, all over the place. And he is the hardest person on himself about the fact that he does not think that he is.
That's why I think it qualifies, because I don't, I can't sit it. I think if you really love doing it, that means you thought you were good and there wasn't anything that you would change. And I'm like, there's tons of shit that I would change. I mean, hindsight is a motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
And it's 2020 and you can see everything, all of the warts and the downfalls and the bad decisions all stick out like giant,
Well,
sort of
I think because there's no perfection in it, right? There's no
There isn't.
perfection in it, Bob. I would say I
There
think,
isn't, and it's a job that
love
never
you,
ends. It's a job that never ends.
Yeah.
And you can never say like, "Well, nailed that." You'll never be done.
I will say the last several things you've commented have been in reference to, with existential questions, have been in reference to being a parent.
Yeah.
Best feeling you've ever had in the world was when what was it? Your child grabbed your hand or something like that.
Yeah, or call me daddy.
Called you dad.
Yeah.
And Andy
I feel
said,
bad because I feel like it's a cop out.
No, Andy's like, that is the best answer I've ever heard. Bob is amazing. He's like, that is the greatest
I am
answer.
amazing, but that's not your question.
That is the greatest
the question
answer I've heard.
You're shitty at a lot of things, though.
Yeah, but that
and I can
think
explain
I'm
why.
good at that.
And
But
big brothers and sisters would also agree.
It's difficult.
I can mute your microphones.
It's difficult though, because I refuse to believe that you hate being a parent.
There were lots of things I hated about it. I hated the stakes.
You're still doing it.
Your kids make you steaks?
I hated the fact that the stakes were so high. Like the stakes never let up.
Expectations.
Well, whether
if you fail, you're failing at a person.
Exist.
Basically,
stakes and expectations
still
are two
exist.
different concepts, right? Whose expectations? Am I living up to? Are these expectations that I have, or that my wife, my children's mother had, or my dad had, someone whose opinion that I value, I was trying to live up to, or Michael, or Cory's dad, that I emulated for a long
Porky,
time.
To me,
expectations are a different thing, but the stakes are just what you perceive to be. Here's what is at risk here. If you do this right, here's what will happen. But if you do it wrong, here are the likely outcomes.
Yeah.
And those things are very personal. They don't have a lot of external influence. It's really just between you and your kid isn't laying the stakes on you. They just are your kid. And by virtue of that, they are the stakes. And so it's a very personal, especially when you get defeated, right? It's a crushing loss when you don't do it right. And you tried, right? If you didn't give a shit, and there's lots of parents who don't give a shit, tons of them. I knew a lot of them.
Lots of parents who don't give a shit actually still have kids that are successes, Bob. I think.
But
I think as much as I want to give you, I want to give you this one, but you're talking me out of letting you have this.
No. No. You should let me have this 100%, and that's because
nope.
Even the parents who still have successful kids, I feel like those parents who try real hard and still fail sometimes will realize that the sun shines in a dog's ass every now and again. The clock strikes 1 o'clock twice a day. Like things are just going to happen regardless of your efforts.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But if you try real hard and things still don't work out, and there was a lot at stake, you just tend to be hard on yourself. That's it.
Well, like I think
the thing you're really good at that you don't like to do, I'll tell you what, people who don't like to do things don't actually put effort into them. That is human nature. And so, Nick, I know this is your segment and your question, but I'm striking Bob's answer because you know what?
Hold on, dude.
Bob not only has tried really hard, and the fact that he gives a shit, and he's been really, really good at it. Both he and Christy have raised two amazing kids. And exactly. And you can come down on whether they listen to or whatever. As we grow, we all know that. And so again, I think Bob, I know that he loved it because he cared whether or not he got it right or not. And so I think, much like my helicopter answer in the last question, Bob gets a 0 credit for this one.
I will say
it was hard when he did it.
I will say heartstrings aside, there's a difference between I think I'm going to have to take your own words on this, Bob, and say that
look, I love to read.
Hold on.
And I would read again.
Hold on.
But do I want to raise kids again?
No,
not particularly.
No, I understand that.
I did it once.
But two things that you're contradicting.
Yeah.
something that you're good at. You don't feel you're good at this.
I feel like I was okay.
Okay, but you've told me
I wasn't the best.
You've told me many times. You're like, no, man, I am not a good.
I feel like
not call me a good. I'm not a good
notch.
I feel like I have a talent for it.
Top notch.
You've
what
told me.
Dad takes their kid's
notch,
present away from their friend because they don't acknowledge that their friend was being good to them.
But
their black friend. Did you fail to say their black friend?
Their watermelon friend, as you would say. Bob.
Thank you, Todd.
I would not say that. How dare you, sir?
Well done.
Bring race into this.
Like Bob does every single time.
But I will say this. The second part of that question, something that you're good at that you don't like. You've left any social situation that you've been in to answer a call from your kids with ease, as if it was like taking a breath, and it doesn't matter what that situation was.
Yep.
You've woken up when you haven't heard from your kids and driven to other cities, into the unknown, to protect them.
Yeah.
You've
Warren isn't the unknown. It's just the unwashed.
No. You've offered up money without batting an eye.
Yeah.
You've done all these selfless things.
Yeah.
And not once have you ever come back to us and been like, God, this is just the worst.
Yeah,
this sucks.
Yeah.
This is horrible. You've never said that. You've always come out on like, I did it and I would do it again, and being a parent's the best thing in the world. You've never said, this is horrible, I can't wait till they're 18 so they can get the fuck out of my house. Like that's not something you're good at that you don't like.
Let me explain.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, if we've got any viewers or listeners out on YouTube or Facebook Live, feel free to chime in, because I feel like this is if you happen to have kids, this is really something only a parent knows. There's a difference between being there for your kids whenever they need you and wanting to just abandon everything you were doing for someone else. Like the whole
but
point
it doesn't matter, Bob.
Hold on.
At the end of the day, you're good at it.
Hold on. You got no kids. Hold on. You make a commitment with kids that you will protect them and take care of them and nurture them and teach them for their entire lives, like no matter what. And so if you get a phone call in the middle of something that you're doing and you have to leave to make sure that they're okay, or they're in trouble and you need to send them a few bucks or make sure that they have a ride home or whatever, like, it's not like you're like, I'm so glad I get to do that thing for my kid. No, you just fucking do it because that's your job.
But you're also not upset.
I think this is why Bob's answer should be stricken, because there's two parents in jail in Oxford.
He's also not upset about it. He's not like, man, if I could look back and do this all over again, don't have kids. Don't fucking have kids. This is the worst.
Strike Bob's answer and listen to mine.
As
warm,
warm,
all the non-parents on this podcast.
As warm and sugary and sweet as your answer was, and we all do know that you're a great parent, and albeit
faux show,
confusing for you at times and self-doubting at times, you did a great job, and I don't think you would exchange it for the world. So I am not buying that you don't like it. Just because you don't want to do it again, that does not negate the fact. That does not negate the fact that you do not absolutely love being a dad to those two kids, and that does not negate the fact that you have two great kids. So I don't think that fits within the confines of that question.
Exactly. Stricken. F- Bob.
Now? You have to pick something else.
God damn it.
And you have to pick something else with face, because that was the most ego-stroking thing we could have fucking told you.
I didn't.
And you didn't ask for it?
I didn't ask for it.
I know you didn't.
Go ahead, Todd.
But you also gave a shitty answer. So go ahead, Todd.
Yep. Can you repeat the question?
Sure. What are you good at that you don't enjoy doing?
Yep.
Two things that Bob
keeping promises
completely negated.
Keeping
he thought he was not good at it, and he enjoyed it. So anyhow, go ahead. Sorry.
Keeping promises to myself. Doing the hard work.
Is this the you're a piece of shit if you don't
It's existential.
write out your goals
It's the
on
existential
the mirror in the morning kind of thing?
No, well, here's the thing. One of the things I realized is, and I think a lot of us can relate to this. I mean, ultimately, we know the things that we should do to be better and to make ourselves better, and it's so easy to talk yourself out of it. You might say, "Oh, I'm going to start a new workout routine, and I'm going to stick to it every day or every week," and we talk ourselves out of doing it. And you know what? I, like many of us out there, am an expert in talking myself out of pushing through pain, and so I am really good at it. And I absolutely hate it about myself, and I'm making it a mission to try and change that. And so that is my answer, and I think it fits within the confines of this question. And hopefully it'll inspire other people out there to realize that you can do anything you want to do, and if you keep your promises to yourself, you can do anything you want to do.
I'm calling
That's my
bullshit.
answer.
Yeah, what are you
I
really
think
good
that Todd
at?
gets zero credit from that. Let me make sure that I understand this. You've picked the one thing, the one subject at which those two facts cannot be true at the same time. You're really good at helping yourself, but you hate helping yourself.
Indeed.
I call bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know if that really makes any sense, buddy. I'm just trying to figure out the logic of this. So what is it? Like, could you say, like, you could say, and I'll give you a little assistance here. When I was in college, I realized that if I wanted to put on a lot of muscle, within a year's time, I doubled my BMI as far as muscle mass for football. And, dude, I was fucking a brick shithouse. But I hate doing it. I hate it. That's why I'm not the way I am now. That's why I'm not I don't have a football player's body right now, because I don't like working
100%.
out. I'm great at it.
I'm getting older. I am really good at it. You're making my point. Wait a minute, you're making my point to my answer.
Todd, are we all just going to breeze past the fact that Nick said when he was playing football?
I'm talking as Todd.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying if you would have,
I understood that.
Yeah, if you would have said,
my bad. That's why I had myself off camera for a second. I was dealing with something else.
I understood that.
I
knew that Nick didn't play any football.
45.
I don't even watch
I was not confused in that fact.
Square root of pi. Wait, what
90 seconds of sports.
All right.
I get 90 seconds of sports, Cory.
Right.
I was not confused.
Yeah, no, I figure like that would if that's the route you're going, like, hey man, I could easily, like if it was for a movie role or something like that, like I can completely change my physique and go into that fucking crazy mode and put on muscle and turn into this person. But I fucking hate it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't stand
it. Todd, you should change your answer to that.
Yes.
Because it makes way more sense than what you said.
That's exactly what I said.
It is not. It is not.
It is exactly what I said.
All right, well, let's go with the second iteration of that. It's
all right.
Todd's answer, and I'm all on board with that.
We're gonna rule as the second iteration.
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Thank you, Nick.
Aye. Cory?
Aye.
All right.
Yep.
All opposed?
Thank you, Nick.
Are we all good?
The ayes get it.
Are we all good?
Yep, we get it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is
Perfect.
the show for the week. Thank you so much for joining us. Please join us here next weekend. We'll be back dispensing more awesome advice and self-doubt, life information.
And how we hate to be parents.
Peace out.